Mga K-Tech, so Lance here and I'm gonna talk about managing ICT content using online platforms. So 6.1.
Online platforms. So online platforms are integrated set of internet-based technologies and applications which provide tools in creating information for ICT content. Online platform services. So first is search engine platforms. So you know this. So Google, Yahoo, Bing, these are search engine platforms. So these platforms are used to search information from a particular website. E-commerce platforms. So examples of this is eBay, Lazada, Amazon. So these are e-commerce platforms. These platforms are used to perform online transactions and e-commerce. Music and video sharing platforms. So examples of this are YouTube and Vimeo. These platforms are online facility dedicated for sharing music and videos. Yeah. For the platforms are the social network platforms. So examples of the social network platforms are Facebook and Twitter. So these platforms are used to build social networks or social relations among people who share common interests. So this is where you interact with one another. Is collaboration platform. So examples of this are Dropbox and Google Drive. So this type of platforms are facility that is used by team members to work collaboratively on a work-related task. Yeah. But not least is the learning platform. So example of this are Blackboard, Edmodo, and Google Classroom. So these are online learning facility that can be used by teachers as alternative for traditional learning experience. So this can be a new type of learning method you can use. A facility that can be used by students to submit their outputs and take class activities and online. So example of this is Edmodo nga ginagamit namo karon. 6.1. So let's go to 6.2. Basic web design principles and elements. So first we're going to discuss about design elements. So these elements are components of parts which can be isolated and defined in any visual design or work of art. They are structures of the work and can carry a wide variety of messages. First is the point or mark. So this is the smallest and most basic element in the design elements. But they vary in size, value, regularity, and irregularity, and can be used alone or as a unit in a group. So these are used to form a value or pattern. So point or mark can be used in a pattern. Is line. So a form with width and length. So ang first ato kay point man. So point ra karon ang line. So nanay duwa ka point. So this artist uses lines to create edges and the outline of objects. So pwede ang line horizontal or vertical. Next is shape. Shape is an area that is contained within implied line or seen and identified because of color or value changes. So it has two dimensions, length and width, and can be geometric or freeform. So next is the freeform. Describes volume and mass. So a shape, mo naman to, 2D raman. So karon ang form, 3D na, nanay volume and mass. So it's a three-dimensional aspects of the object that can take up space and can and should be viewed from any angles. Yeah. Form kay ang space. So it's a three-dimensional gyapon siya, volume, that can be empty or filled with objects. So it has width, height, and depth. So space that appears three-dimensional in a two-dimensional painting is an illusion that creates a feeling of actual depth. So color. Color has three properties. First is hue or hue, H-U-E, which is the name of the color. So the primary hues are yellow, red, and blue. The secondary colors are made by mixing two primaries. The intermediate colors are mixtures of a primary and adjacent secondary color. Next property is value, which refers to the lightness or darkness of the hue. Next is intensity, which refers to the purity of the hue, also called the chroma. Not the least of the design elements is the texture. So texture is the surface quality, both stimulated and actual, of the artwork. So techniques used in painting serve to show texture. The dry brush technique produces a rough simulated quality and heavy application of the pigment. Yeah.
Is the design principles. So first is balance. So it is the psychological sense of equilibrium. So manang balance. Next. The design principles is the proportion. So proportion, the relative size and scale of the various elements in a design. So the issue is the relationship between objects or parts of a whole. Perspective. It is created through the arrangement of objects in two-dimensional space to look like they appear in real life. So munang perspective, guys. The emphasis. So emphasis used by artists to create dominance and focus in their work. Artists can emphasize color, value, shapes, or other art of elements to achieve dominance. Movement. The way the artist leads the eye in, around, or through a composition. The path that the eye follows. So this is the movement. The motion or movement in a visual image occurs when objects seem to be moving in a visual image. This pattern. It uses the art elements in planned or random repetition to enhance surfaces or paintings or sculptures. So next sa pattern is the repetition. So repetition works with pattern to make the artwork seem active. So kani duha work by pair na sila nga mag-uban. Ang pattern and repetition. Next is rhythm, the repetition of visual movements of the element colors, shapes, lines, values, forms, spaces, and texture. So essential to keep rhythms exciting, active, and to avoid monotony. Yeah. Variety provides contrast to harmony and unity. So it consists of the difference in objects that add interest to a visual image. Can also be achieved by using opposites or strong contrast. Yeah. In a visual design means all parts of the visual image relate to and complement each other. So magkuan na lang ang mga kuan design principles nila. So it pulls the pieces of a visual image together. Yeah, that's harmony. Not the least is the unity. So the unity is the harmony of the whole composition. So whole composition na ganyan siya. Yang harmony kadto mga gagmay lang kay mga kuan sa picture kani ang whole na good sa the whole picture, the big picture. So parts of the composition made to work together as a total visual theme. Yeah. Guys, ang design principles. So as summary mo ni, ang design elements kay nay 7 ka buok. First is the point or mark. Next is line. The next shape, forms, space, color, and texture. So mga to 7 ka buok. Next is the design principles. So nay 11 kabuk design principles. First, balance, proportion, perspective, emphasis, movement, pattern, repetition, rhythm, variety, harmony, and unity. So don't forget our sponsor for this video is Nature Spring, the purified drinking water. Yeah. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.